Well, sorry people I have no idea why it just stopped, but I had to like re-authenticate everything with my phone and YouTube and everything. I have no idea why it just quit, but I'm sorry about that. I don't really have an explanation, but that's honestly why I'm testing this. Hopefully, I feel like we were just getting in the swing of things too, but hopefully you guys will find your way back here. I'm gonna just keep putting this back on. Get this squeezed in here like this. Looks like it needs to hook up in there too. Yeah, maybe you did crash it, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer though. I don't know why it crashed, but everything just stopped working and I had to reconnect everything. I don't know why it would do that, but I guess it was going for a while, but the battery's fully charged. My phone's charged. I don't know. It said something about the server canceled it or something. I don't know. Very strange. Maybe it's my home network that did it, but really sorry about that. All right, we gotta get this put back in here now. And we gotta get that around the seat belt. Which is gonna be a tough one to do. All right, that's around there. All right. All right, that's looking good. Everything's back on there. Should be able to attach that back on now. Well, that was a bummer. Looks like we got a couple people back on here now. Well, that's part of trying something new, I guess. Doesn't always go how you think it should, but we'll figure it out. I need to do a little research and figure out why that would happen. Sure, it's something that's pretty common. It may have just been the GoPro not working. Those things tend to be pretty unreliable, so there we go. All right, that's good. We gotta get this back on here. Nope, we gotta open that door again. So hooked around there and pull it tight around this. Slip in there. There we go. Make sure this front's in there all the way. No, it's not quite lined up here. There we go. It's in. Alrighty. Alright, that's all put back to normal. All this is done. Fix the preamp wire. That can go back. Get the child seat back over here. That should be good. Now back to the back of the car. Give me a sec. A lot of things to move here. Alrighty. Actually, we don't want you in here so you can see what's going on. Alright. Now, we need to, I guess this preamp wire for the sub just needs to be routed down here and plugged back in. That's easy enough. Now this one is for the camera. So this will plug into the camera like we said before. And then this red and black wire, or wires. The red wire is for the reverse signal, and the black wire is for ground. Light pump behind mag, and power steering pump. Oh, so there is a way to do power steering. Okay. Behind the mag, huh? Okay. Well, that's cool. Maybe that'll be something we do down the road if I can actually find the parts to do that, but that'd be pretty entertaining to watch probably. All right, so now we need to figure out which wire is the positive for the reverse lights, which we actually have wires right here. Here, pull this off real quick. So we have these wires right here for the lights. So we just need to figure out which one is the reverse light. Oh, nope, none of those are the reverse light. The reverse light is on the trunk lid right here. So we need to figure out which one of these is the positive for that. So get this up like that. Let's see. So the reverse light is this bottom part. There's a black and a green. I'm gonna assume the green is the positive, but we should test it just to make sure. I guess black could be positive. Multimeter out here. About $500 on eBay, wow. And power steering is about, okay, so it's a total of $875. Yeah, that's pretty expensive and more than double what I have in the tractor. So that I don't know will be practical right now, but it would be cool maybe down the line to do something like that. All right, I need to put the car in reverse. Probably need the key on too to do that. All right, reverse lights are on, as you can see there. So now we need to test which one the positive is. I need to just find a ground on the car, which is probably that. And then probe these. So that would be positive, and this is not. All right, it's just two wires. Yep. So the green is positive. So we should be good there. Now we need to make sure we find the same wire down here, I think. Well, is this long enough to actually run all the way up to there? Let's see. It might be. But we could probably find the same wire down here somewhere. Although I don't really want to have to cut open all of this harness here. So it'd be nice just to cut open this little harness right here and tap right into that, which might be what I do. Sounds windy outside. Let's plug this in and see where it ends up being. So that goes like that. That is why I bought it. It was on it. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Buy one that already has it and then you don't have to spend all the money for it. That's a very smart idea. Very, very smart. All right, so this is long enough to get right to here. So I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to tap right into this harness right here, and that should work out just fine. I actually don't know if I have the stuff to actually tap into it though, now that I think about it, but we got those 2 wires. Electrical tape. Alright, so we gotta tap into that green one. I gotta go look at my electrical connectors that I have and see if I got any that'll work. So I have a couple of different options, I think. No, maybe not. There's nothing in there. Let me look back here. Alright, well it looks like I have one option. So the one option I have are these connectors here, which are good ones. I just feel like they might be a little big for this. So it's just like a butt connector kind of, but it has heat shrink around it. So I could just cut this wire in half, the green one, and then splice both ends, and then splice this end and put both wires into one end, crimp it, and then crimp this back on the other side and then heat shrink it so then it's nice and weather protected. I think that's probably the best idea to do because they'll make it a lot more weatherproof and hold it together hopefully. So, which I guess I could ground with this ground as well. I wonder if I should do that instead of just running the ground to somewhere else. I don't know if there's actually a ground bus in here or what. I'm gonna double check and make sure that's a good ground. I mean, it should be. That's how grounds work, but put that in there. I don't know, that has resistance. That's a lot of resistance on there. It actually does have some voltage going through it. I don't know if that would be the best or not. Huh. Is there a ground in here? I don't know. That should work as a ground, but a lot of times there'll be like a bolt into the chassis with just a lot of grounds connected to it. But I'm not really seeing anything back here that looks like that. So I mean, that should be a ground because the light needs a ground to work. So I think I'm just going to tap into both like that. I need to mess with the carb and finish the 3-point, but it's a single stick A. Even came with an extra narrow front end with roll mag. Oh, well, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah. Getting a 3-point on it too. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty lucky to have a 3-point on mine. I didn't realize that they didn't all come with that, honestly, when I got mine. I figured that was just a standard thing, but back then I guess it wasn't, so pretty lucky to get that on mine. I don't understand the top link on those though, because I don't think my top link is a real top link. Because every other 3-point I've ever had, it has like a single bar for the top link, but mine doesn't have that. It has like 2 bars coming off the sides and it looks kind of weird. So maybe you have an idea. I'm sure you've seen mine, so maybe you have an idea of what I'm talking about. I think I'm just gonna cut that and do that idea. I think that's gonna work the best. I don't really like cutting the factory harness, but I don't know. Oh wow, we got 7 people back on here. That's great. Everyone found us back after we crashed. I really need to figure out why that happened. Sorry about that. It's not good, that's for sure. All right. I really don't want to cut this wire, but I'm kind of just wasting time thinking about it here. I'm just gonna cut them. That's all I have, and it'll work. It's not gonna be the end of the world. So let me get my stuff to cut that. All right, let's splice these, and actually we need to figure out the exact length we need for this. Go there to here, which I'll probably have to cut all these zip ties back off and put this in there, but put this up through here. And then about there. So let's cut about there, I guess. Okay. Split this. They never had one. Wasn't till the number series and Ferguson patent wasn't renewed. Okay. Yes, that is a 801 hitch, and there is an adapter for it, but I would put one like the 800 has on it. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I knew the like the Ford tractor or the Ferguson tractor, like my 8N was one of the first ones to have, or the first one to have a 3-point, but I wasn't sure when John Deere got that. All right. Got these cut here. These are really thin wires. There's not much there holding those together. I guess they're just a signal wire, so that makes sense. All right. Let's put, I guess it's time to cut. I don't really want to, but. Goes back to there. So. Let's just cut it. Ow. Man, I really don't want to. All right, no turning back now. Strip these wires. Ferguson and Ford made a deal. One designed a tractor and the other put his 3-point on it. Okay, well that's cool. Fun facts. That's a pretty good deal there. Let's see. Strip these wires. That's not enough. Apparently that wire is smaller. Here we go. Keys in here. All right. Now we just need to hook these up. So, I think, all right. So I need to put this in here, which I need to string it up through here first. Don't want to forget that. All right. There, there. And And then we need to attach them to these. This. And then put one of these on here. Yeah. And then crimp it. Let's see. All right, those are tight on there, so that's good. I'm just gonna do the same with the other one. Early Fords had the Ferguson system. Ford didn't pay Ferguson, and he sued Ford for a few million, as it's told. Interesting. And then they came to a agreement or something then, huh? That's pretty cool. Gotta love a good lawsuit. But I guess if you got a patent on something, you want to protect that. That is not working how I want it to. What time is it? All right. Gotta line this up right. Maybe if I twist them together a little, work better. Alright. Alrighty, got those on there now. My back's hurting, so that's good. Alright, so now we just gotta crimp these on the other end and then heat shrink and we should be good. Yes, you do. Or Ford is next on my bucket list. Yeah, they're a good tractor. I really like mine. I've had it for about 3 years now. And it's really been a good tractor for me. I've done quite a bit of work to it, don't get me wrong, but once I got to the point where it's at now, it's been pretty reliable. Up for, well, a couple of things I had issues with, but I made videos on all of those. Which actually, there is one thing I never said on my video about the Ford. So when I was having the intermittent starting problem with it, I never actually said the main reason why it stopped working. I thought I had figured it out in the video, but I didn't. I figured it out later what it actually was, and I never actually updated you guys. So there is a block, like a junction point, kind of electrical junction point on the, it's right behind where the gauges are next to the battery. And the one that was originally on the tractor was bad, and I had 3D printed a new one out of plastic. It was PLA plastic, and that part was fine. But then it had some bolts that went through it and some nuts, and then all the connectors went behind those nuts, and that's how it held it together. And I found out, I just got sick and tired of it, because after that video I took it back out and it still wasn't working right. So then I started tearing the battery out and just tracing all the wires, and I found that one of those nuts had come loose, and it would just, as you started it, it would rattle enough to where it'd get connection, and then as it's running it would loosen and it would lose connection. So it was really a ridiculous thing. Oh, my wife's back. But yeah, it was really a ridiculous thing, and yeah, it was crazy. But that's the problem. I need to get heat now on this to shrink those. Yeah, that is funny. It was kind of annoying when I figured it out, but yeah, I didn't need to buy any new, like, what is it called? The coil and all that stuff. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. The distributor was fine. Everything was fine on it. But yeah, just crazy. Try not to burn the garage down. Yeah. So that's good. All right, so that should be a solid connection there. Don't leave that. So I think I'm going to wrap this in some electrical tape because I don't think it's actually going to fit back in there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit back in that, so I'm just going to wrap that with electrical tape. And then, so on, it wasn't the last video, was it? I can't remember what the last video was. Oh, it was the hen house, but so the one where I was plowing the snow with the Ford, it was having a starting problem at the beginning again, and I found out the reason for that was the gas was left on. I forgot to shut it off. So next time I went out to start it, I remembered to shut it off, and it fired up just fine. So it must have like a really slow leak in the shut-off valve for the bowl. So after I figured that out, it's been starting fine ever since, so no more problem there. So, which it's always been a really reliable tractor, so I thought it was kind of weird that it was doing that. Alright, I think we are done with that now. Back in there, that's all connected. Now I just gotta put some zip ties on this and we should be done with that. Which I'm going to actually cut these zip ties back off and redo them. Oh yeah? Well, I mean, it must be a pretty common problem then. I assume that's probably pretty normal. I mean, when I was trying to start it, I was choking it a lot because that's what I normally had to do, but it was already flooded when I first started to try, so it just wouldn't start at all. And then I was cranking on it so much the battery went dead, which is what I said in the video, is the battery was dead. But that wasn't the problem either. On these live streams, you guys get a little bit more insight on what actually happens with the videos, so that might be a fun thing. Have a Q&A. this is coming along. Coming along nicely. I don't have any more zip ties. Oh, the float? Yeah. The float on mine seems fine. I took the whole carburetor apart on that video, and everything in there looks brand new. I never use ethanol in it either on any of my stuff. Well, in the cars I'll use ethanol, but only if I drive them consistently. I don't ever let ethanol sit in the gas tank. So all of my like dirt bikes, well, snowmobile, it's 2-stroke, but any like lawnmower, anything like that, I never put ethanol in them because that stuff sits for any amount of time and it just goes bad. So let's see, getting down to the, we gotta tie it back in there. Just need more of these small zip ties. They're all down in the bottom of that container. It's getting hard to reach in there. Assume we're still alive. Can you guys see? I don't even know where we're looking here. Oh yeah, you can't even see me. I'm down here now. Okay. I want to tie this up where it is from the factory. So hopefully it won't rub the wrong way or something. That's good. I like it. I mean, it doesn't look the best, but it's functional. You could always get some bigger like conduit or stuff to go on there. That's pretty much that. Now we just have this extra wire that I need to tie up, because that's pretty much all we have left in there. Yeah. Yeah. Non-ethanol is expensive in Michigan. Yeah. Well, gas prices right now here are pretty cheap. It was just last week that, well, gas with ethanol went over $2. It's been under $2 here for gas with ethanol in it, which is up to 10% ethanol. It's been $1.94 for months, and just the last week it went up over that. But yeah, gas without ethanol, so 91 premium, here is about $2.50 a gallon. So it's a little bit more money, but I feel like it saves a lot in the long run. So I'm okay putting it in stuff. I don't really mind it. Bigger one for this. It's pretty big. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll zip tie that up there. I don't know if you guys can actually see this or not. No, you can kind of see. My head's probably in the way though. I'm trying. At least it's still recording. How long has it been going for? 35 minutes now? I think the last one lasted like an hour, just over an hour. There we go. All right, that is all tied up. I should probably tie this wire up too here. paid $239 for ethanol with ethanol in it. Wow. Yeah, that's not very good. Of course, I live in Iowa, so ethanol might be cheaper here because we produce a lot of it right here. But yeah, that's pretty pricey for just having ethanol. How much is your premium there? You're like 91 octane. It's not big enough. I need a bigger one for that. Oh. I don't know about that. I kind of want this to be tied up there a little better. I'm gonna zip tie that up there too. Get it up out of the way. Gas are expensive. It depends on the premium location. $3 right now. Yeah, that's getting up there. Yeah, that's pretty pricey. I guess the difference between 87 and 91 is about the same difference as it is here, but it's still pretty pricey. I could understand why you wouldn't want to. There we go. All right. I think we got everything all tied away finally. Yeah, cut all these zip ties off here. Not cut a wire. Alrighty, that looks good. Oops. Hit $5 a couple years. Yeah, it was pretty high here a couple years ago too. I don't think it ever hit $5 a gallon for 91 though. You guys just might have a higher gas price where you live. I think you said Michigan. So yeah, it's probably just a little higher where you're at, unfortunately. For some reason, the exact place where I live, my town, it's lower than most places around. It's kind of weird because I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's pretty interesting. All right, now we gotta put these clips back in, which we're missing quite a few, but we'll put the ones back in that I have. That one and this one. There we go. Done. That looks fine. This actually is supposed to go over the top of that, but not the wire. There. I think we got it all done. It's all wired up. It looks pretty decent. Now we get to clean up. You're in Oakland County? Okay, yeah. I'm not really 100% sure where that's at, but I'm not too familiar with Michigan. But yeah, that's a bummer. It's so expensive there. It'd be nice if it was cheap, but who knows what'll happen. I'm sure it could be worse somewhere else though, so not bad. everything back to the workbench. Make sure we don't leave anything in here. A lot of stuff in here we need to pick up though. North of Detroit, Hawaii, yeah, those are probably pretty expensive places, especially Hawaii. I'm sure, I doubt they produce any of their own oil or gasoline there, so I wonder how much it actually is there. You could probably look that up, but that'd be pretty interesting to find that out. All right, Alaska too. Pretty sure they like get oil in Alaska, but it's probably still fairly expensive. All right, so now should be good. No, that's not good. So close. Oh, I need another push pin. So I'll show you what's happening right now. So whenever I try to close it, this wire is rubbing on the carpet right there. And you do that enough, it's gonna rub right through that. So we gotta fix that. So close. Well, I understand it could be upwards of $8 a gallon in Alaska. Wow. Oh, they don't refine it, they send it down. Oh man. Yeah, that's expensive. Holy cow. You get a push pin for that. Alright, found one push pin. And it's way too big, so that's not going to work. This one's actually gray. It looks like it might have come out of this car. There we go. That's better. Now does it close okay? Better. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, that looks good. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna close this. We have our camera. We just need to tighten it wherever the location needs to be, but I might just tighten it there for now. We can always adjust it later. Ah! Just tighten this real quick, just so it's not flopping around everywhere. I think I need a smaller screwdriver. Just use a flathead. Hopefully. Oh, I thought it had a slit in it. It doesn't. Okay. There we go. Found a smaller screwdriver. There we go. There we go. All done. Hey, you're back just in time to see me done. Yep, you are correct. It's all done. It looks good. It's all tight on there. Yeah, I guess let me know. Did you guys enjoy this? Give you a little insight and show you what I'm doing over here. So I have this dirt bike here, and I got a new chain and sprockets for it because the one on here is extremely loose. The sprockets are really worn. So I was thinking about doing a live stream on that as well. And then the snowmobile I'm actually making a video on, so you'll probably see that in the next week or so. I'm just waiting on parts, of course. But I might do a live stream on this video in maybe not this weekend, but possibly the next weekend. But yeah, I think we're probably gonna end it here, unfortunately. Sorry, Burning Dinosaurs. You just got back, but you can always go back, rewind it, and see what you missed. But very cool video. All right, good. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. We got 9 people watching, so I'd say that's pretty good for my first live stream. Of course, this will be here to be able to go watch after this, and yeah, you should do live on the chain sprocket. All right, I think I will do a live stream on the chain sprocket. I want to make sure I figure out why this crashed. I'm not really sure. I'm going to do some research on that and see if I can figure that out. But yeah, I think that's going to be all. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.